Dunkin' Donuts. 10 years, maybe? More like 14, honey. Where you been? Rayette frowned. Be 15 at the end of November. It was September now. We're getting old, hon. Don't I know it, Sam said, shaking his head. Rayette held onto the bag of donuts for him while he fussed up some change from under the driver's seat. Shoot, I'm sorry. I know I've got another couple quarters down here. He found them and handed them over. Rayette passed him the donut bag and a cup of coffee hot enough to scald a rhino. One time, Sam hadn't set his cup securely, and it had tipped while he was driving, raising up a nice big blister on his leg. He knew why that woman had won her lawsuit against McDonald's, even if most people thought she was a gold digger. "What happened to that new girl you had?" he asked, stowing the coffee in a cup holder clear on the other side of the car. "She gone already?" "Well, you know how they are. Kids got no staying power these days, think they should get rich overnight, and when it doesn't happen, they dump you like it was your fault." "Mm-hmm." Sam breathed in the scent of donuts. He'd had to give them up a year ago when he was diagnosed with the diabetes. "Corinna said you were thinking about retirement again," Rayette said, leaning out the drive-through window on her elbows. "Yeah, I've been thinking about it." "Well, you just go through with it this time, hon. I never heard of anybody putting off their retirement twice like you." "When the time's right for Hannah, I'll go." Rayette just shook her head. "She'd get over it, honey. God makes his creatures strong. I swear the things you've done for her all these years." "Yeah, well, I got to go," Sam said. He would brook no negative comments about Hannah. Never had. "I'll see you." "I guess you will," Rayette said. "You watch yourself around that coffee now." Sam steered his old Dodge Dart back into morning traffic, making sure the coffee and the bag of donuts were secure. He was a careful man, and it paid off. At 68, even by his own lights, he looked damn good. He stood upright and proud, no gut whatsoever. Not even a little one people would have forgiven him for at his age. A little snowfall on the top of his head, just a light dusting. No gray at the temples, either. Seeing him from the back, you might think he was 20, but when he turned around, his face gave him away. It was deeply lined, like a road map starting someplace far away. Cincinnati, maybe, where he was born, or Yakima, Washington, where his daddy had had a truck farm, then Korea, where Sam had served in the war, and ending up right here in Bladenham, Washington. He drove the last mile to the Max L. Biedelman Zoo, fighting a powerful urge to take a bite of one of the donuts. He wasn't a drinking man or a smoker, never had been, but he did miss his Dunkin' Donuts. In the Pacific Northwest, eccentrics are as thick as fleas. But even so, Max L. Biedelman had stood apart. For starters, Max was a woman. Maxine Leona Biedelman, born in 1873 in Seattle, Washington, the only living offspring of timber magnate Arthur Biedelman and his wife, Ruby. Both Ruby and Arthur came from solid, respectable San Francisco families, a fact about which Arthur didn't care a fig, but Ruby clung to like a life raft. By the time Max was born, Arthur had already made his fortune harvesting the foothills of the Cascades, and he spent his time indulging his lust for travel. The child was just 6 when he took her and Ruby on the first of many extended safaris in Kenya. Ruby, a faint-hearted woman at best, would later claim that her prized auburn hair turned white within a week of their arrival in Africa, fearful as she was of everything that moved and much that didn't: rhinos, mud wallows, camp cooking, bugs, Mount Kilimanjaro, pit toilets, Maasai men, rainfall, thunder,